Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd. The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
This is Network News for Monday, June the 30th of 2025. I'm Stasia Blake. In the headlines tonight, fatal stabbing in Palm Rose claims the life of 27-year-old. Grenada takes stand against domestic violence with new legislation. And decriminalization bill heads for July deadline. In regional news, Caribbean ministers unite in Bahamas to boost regional disaster and hurricane resilience amidst storm season. While internationally, UN nuclear watchdog warns that Iran could resume enriching uranium within months. And coming up in sports, Grenada to participate in NACAC Age Group Championship, while ministry to host special meeting for coaches and PE teachers tomorrow. We'll have all the details for you right after this message.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. Tragedy in St. David over the weekend as a 27-year-old man lost his life in what police say was a fatal stabbing, the 7th homicide recorded in Grenada for 2025. Tonight, the community of Mama Khans in St. Andrew is in mourning as family and friends remember Kamani Philip, known by many as the Doll Man, for his kindness, hard work, and love for his family. The suspect is now in police custody, and as the investigation continues, our team visited the grieving family earlier today. Nisha Paul spoke with the family and friends and filed this report.
The quiet community of Mamakan St. Andrew is mourning the tragic loss of 27-year-old Kimani Philip, better known as Frost. Philip died on Saturday, June 28th, after sustaining multiple stab wounds in an incident that unfolded around 7 p.m. in Palm Rose, St. David.
I get the news I just fall. Because I didn't expect that. Well, everybody break down, everybody more weak, everybody trying to cope, but everybody eyes more wet. Very hard, it's terrible to know my son go down.
I'm missing Kimani so much right now. My God, I can't say much. It's hard for me. I'm telling you, because we was real good, all of us, from my children and them.
That was Kathleen Phillip, better known as Amina, and Moyaki Felix, the now grieving parents of the 27-year-old. Known affectionately as the Doll Man for his popular weekend Dalpuri sales in nearby communities, Kimani was well loved in his neighborhood. He was the youngest of 6 children and was described as a loving, kind-hearted individual who was always willing to lend a helping hand.
He had a permanent job, and then I used to make the dollar on weekend. He go and hustle to make $1 for me. He say, Mommy, I'm willing to do it for you because you're not working. So when he come out to work, he will say, Mommy, well, you finish? I will say, almost. He said, well, let me take a 5 bed and then I will run. You know? He was just happy to do it for me. Happy.
According to eyewitnesses, Kimani collapsed some meters away from where the incident occurred while in pursuit of his attacker, who was running away from the crime scene.
When I see the man say, "Oh God," he said, "Cause I seen you, boy, you dim." Say the man kill me, and the man was shit and tapped on me kind. I cry. I tell you, I can't sleep. And last night, I know I'm trying to carry it and I can't sleep.
He was rushed to the Princess Alice Hospital in Marybo, St. Andrew, where he was pronounced dead upon arrival.
Yeah, so when the doctor pulled the curtain, I see Kimani there, lie down on the bed there, one eye open, one big hole on the chest there. But the doctor to meet you like it's 3 stab he get.
Because he kind of stabbed the guy, give him on his back and his chest, a big hole on his stomach. I couldn't even stand that. And a big chop on his side here. He butchered my child like when they killing a pig.
Kimani leaves behind his girlfriend of 7 years and a 2-year-old son.
For the past few days, we've been so happy to know September 1st coming up, and that is the first day each child would have been in uniform. Child is only 2 years. This morning he asked me, "Mommy, where Dada? Dada go and sell Dad?" And I was like, "No, baby, look at the top right there. Dada not coming back." He said, "Dada not coming back, where Dada gone?" And I just couldn't answer that one question because what I could tell him.
Community members remember Kimani as a gentle soul who did not deserve such a tragic end.
He's a good guy. Every weekend he come in the yard and sell his doll, He doesn't mean nothing to nobody. When he sell his doll, he go, he come back, sometimes he come back with more doll. He doesn't interfere with nobody. He's a peaceful guy.
The Royal Grenada Police Force, RGPF, has launched a full investigation into the fatal stabbing. The Community Relations Department has confirmed that the suspect, identified as 22-year-old Calvin Joshua Antwine, who fled the scene after the incident, turned himself into authorities earlier today. Philip's death marked Grenada's 7th homicide for 2025. This is a developing story. GBN extends condolences to the Philip and Felix families and will continue to provide updates as more information becomes available. Reporting for GBN News, I am Nisha Paul.
The government of Grenada is introducing legislation to protect victims of domestic violence and intimate partner violence, especially women and girls. The move follows the Grenada Spotlight initiative, launched in 2020 to eliminate family violence. The initiative focused on 6 key areas, including addressing legislative gaps and empowering women's movements. The new laws will build on this progress, providing greater support and protection for victims. Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell announced that the legislation will either amend existing laws or introduce new ones.
From a policy point of view, there are a number of things that we have to do. There's a whole swath of legislation coming out of the Spotlight initiative that we are looking to take to Parliament to address a number of issues. Time wouldn't permit me to go through them, but a lot of it is geared towards actually protecting and enhancing victims' rights, who are either in domestic violence situations or intimate partner violence situations, or situations where you have other mental or physical abuse.
The goal is to create a safer environment for women and girls and to hold perpetrators accountable. The move is expected to positively impact many Grenadians and is a significant step towards ending violence against women and girls. As of Tuesday, July the 1st, lawyers and attorneys at law in Grenada will begin charging clients a minimum fee for non-contentious business in accordance with statutory rules and orders number 27 of 2025. The new fees were gazetted on May 16th. They were developed by the General Legal Council, which regulates and upholds standards of professional conduct for members of the legal profession in consultation with the Grenada Bar Association. The membership of the General Legal Counsel includes Chairperson retired Madam Justice Rosalind E. Wilkinson, Deputy Chairperson Attorney General and Minister for Legal Affairs Claudette Joseph, and representatives from the Inner Bar, Bar Association, and the public. According to Section 51 of the Legal Profession Act, the Council has the authority to set rules prescribing and regulating the remuneration of attorneys at law for non-contentious business. This is the first time the Council has set minimum fees for such services, which will range between 1% and 2% of the cost, depending on the type of transaction. The new fees will apply to various services, including preparing resident leases, EC $1,000 for properties valued up to $15,000 EC or $2,500 EC for commercial properties, preparing release of mortgage or charges, that will be $500. Agreement for sale purchase of land, it will be half of the purchase price on the conveyance. A deed of assent, half of the fee chargeable as for a conveyance calculated on the value of the property. Bill of sale, mortgage, half of the fee chargeable as for a mortgage or EC $1,000, whichever is greater. Bill of sale, memorandum of satisfaction, $250. Deed poll on change of name, up to a maximum fee of EC $1,000, depending on the amount of work involved. It's worth noting that the fees are subject to change, and clients should consult with their lawyers or attorneys at law to determine the exact costs associated with their specific transactions. Talks continue this week between the TA Marichaud Community College, TAMCC, and two major unions as efforts continue to secure a collective bargaining agreement for workers at the institution. More in this report from Rena Pierre-Thomas.
Negotiations between the TA Marichaud Community College, the Public Workers Union, and the Grenadier Union of Teachers resumed last Wednesday and are expected to continue this week. The discussions are centered on a collective bargaining agreement for staff at the tertiary institution. In recent weeks, both union presidents have raised concerns over the continued absence of a signed agreement. In previous years, collective agreements negotiated by the unions for public servants also applied to TAMCC's academic staff. However, the government of Grenada recently requested that a separate agreement be established for its faculty. Larry Barry, chair of the negotiating team for TAMCC, says so far negotiations has only been settled on fringe benefits for workers.
Since we are currently in negotiations on the very said CBAs, no CBAs have been settled except for fringe benefits. Some of the fringe benefits for the Public Workers Union have been settled, and some of the fringe benefits for the Grenadier Union of Teachers, we've settled on those. So in terms of the ongoing negotiations, there is not a completed collective bargaining agreement. We still are negotiating. And in light of the ongoing negotiations on a number of areas of those collective bargaining agreements, it will not be prudent to go into details.
Barry says negotiation will continue between the unions and the TAMCC as they continue to work on a final collective agreement agent for the period 2025 to 2028, which will also address the issue of pension.
But quite understandably, the unions would have expected some settlement by now, as soon as it's practicable. That's why we are in a very nice, cordial, engaging dialogue with both unions, and it is quite nice the way we unfolded some of the dialogue on Wednesday gone. So we would want to leave it there. But we understand the anxiousness for us to have settled sooner than now.
As this story continues to develop, the GBN News team will bring you more updates. Rena Pierre-Thomas, GBN News.
Coming up, Grenada moves forward on cannabis reform. Decriminalization bill heads for July deadline. Stay with us.
Have you heard about the new soft-weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers layers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue. Available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Take charge of your financial journey by switching to an Own Your Own loan at Ariza Credit Union. Ariza's Own Your Own loan is as unique as you are because we know one size fits all does not fit you. With Own Your Own loan, you get unmatched benefits including lower interest rates, flexible repayment options, discounted loan and legal fees, and savings from hardware suppliers. Tailor-made options that put you in control. Switch now and step into the life you were always meant to live with Ariza's Own Your Own loan. Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future. Call us today at 440-1759 or visit our website at arizacu.com.
Need to check your bill balance? Use the Grenlec mobile app. Open the Grenlec mobile app and tap the icon labeled Balances at the bottom of the screen. View your bill details, including your current bill balance, the due date by which you must settle your bill, the amount and date of the last payment you made. It's quick, easy, and available 24/7. Convenience at your fingertips.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Climate change is real. Storms are getting stronger and droughts are lasting longer. Are you prepared for what's ahead? At Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited, we want to help you protect your investments. Build for the future with a BFF loan. Make climate-smart upgrades and strengthen your home to withstand nature's unpredictability. Get 100% financing to build or purchase a home or make additions to your existing structure. Enjoy discounts on related loan fees and special benefits when you choose climate resilient solutions. We are also offering financing of up to $50,000 unsecured for your home upgrades. Invest in renewable energy, energy efficient appliances, water storage, and so much more. The time is now to ensure your investments can withstand climate change. Invest in your home, protect your family, and secure your future with a BFF loan. You have a BFF in Co-op Bank. Visit our website for more details. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome home. Mobility, a common theme woven into the very fabric of human history. From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. Beyond citizenship by investment, we believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. Your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation to be part of something greater, something enduring. Begin your journey at imagrenada.gd. I am a Grenada. Unlock the possibilities.
Grenada! Time to get charged up for the Fuller Energy Home Series as West Indies takes on Australia in a fiery test match from July 3rd to 7th at the National Cricket Stadium from 10 a.m. each day. Free entry plus fun activities for children under 16 years old. Adult tickets start at just $5 per match day. Let's rally with the men in maroon. Go to windiescricket.com to secure your tickets now. West Indies is back in the spice aisle and we Fuller Energy. West Indies going higher, Fuller Energy.
Dreaming of a summer vacation? We can make it happen. Need a credit card for summer spending? We can make that happen too. Need a loan for carnival, debt consolidation, education expenses and more? We've got you covered with a Republic Bank Make It Happen loan. Up to 100% financing, competitive rates, and a chance to win great prizes. Live your best life this summer with financing from Republic Bank. Check out republicgrenada.com or visit us today to get your summer started right with a Make It Happen loan.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Oh, it happens to all of us. Low on cash and in need of money right away. Play Instacash Monday to Sunday and there are no draws.
So what you saying? No numbers to choose from?
Nope.
And no draw sessions to wait on?
Nope.
And we can play it anytime and any day?
Yep. Including Sundays. Instacash. Ask for it by name and choose from a wide variety of games as low as $2 and win instantly. It is fast, it is easy to play, and you win cash right away. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back. Pancreatic cancer, one of the deadliest forms of cancer worldwide, continues to pose a serious public health challenge due to its aggressive nature and often late detection. Christina John puts the spotlight on pancreatic cancer.
Pancreatic cancer is often called a silent disease because symptoms usually do not appear until the cancer is in its advanced stages. Despite medical advancements, survival rates remain low, making awareness and prevention critical in the fight against this silent killer. Dr. Francis Martin, general medicine and public health practitioner, said this form of cancer is not as prevalent in Grenada.
Well, fortunately for us, from my past years of clinical experience, pancreatic cancer is not a very common cancer here on the island. And I may dare say that in the Eastern Caribbean, it's again not a very, very common diagnosis. Thankfully, because the management of it is extremely difficult. And if someone has pancreatic cancer, most likely they're going to die because the treatment can include radiation therapy, chemotherapy, or even surgery, or a combination of all three. But even if that's the case, they tend to have a very, very difficult life. So in Grenada, in my clinical practice, I have not seen much pancreatic cancer at all.
Early intervention remains key in overcoming this deadly illness. Research shows that Grenada's age-standardized death rate, ASMR, for pancreatic cancer is approximately 8.4 per 100,000, ranking it around the 17th highest globally. From 19 1990 to 2019, Grenada experienced one of the largest annual increases globally in both incidence and mortality, approximately plus 5.8% per year. While the exact cause of pancreatic cancer is not always known, several risk factors significantly increase the likelihood of developing the disease. Dr. Martin explained that the risk factors of pancreatic cancer are similar to those of other forms of cancer.
So the risk factors for pancreatic cancer is similar to the risk factors for all other cancers that we know, people's lifestyle, especially lifestyle that include the risky things like smoking and drinking lots of alcohol. But you also find that age in itself, as people grow older, they have a more tendency to form cancers. You may also have a genetic predisposition in a family member who may have had cancer, pancreatic cancer in the past. You increase chances of having it. The specificity of pancreatic cancer, though, is diabetes. Sometimes people with new onset diabetes or very difficult to control diabetes may be at an increased risk of having pancreatic cancer. The other thing is in pancreatic cancer specifically, they tend to happen more in people over the age of 65.
Some of the symptoms and recommendations were highlighted.
Going for your usual yearly check and abdominal ultrasound from time to time may be able to see issues that the pancreas is overreacting, and that can help to early diagnosis. But the symptoms of it can be the usual kind of thing: abdominal pain, loss of appetite, weight loss, tiredness or weakness. Like I said, newly diagnosed diabetes or diabetes that is very hard to control. When the pancreatic cancer grows to a certain extent, it can cause blockage of the bile duct in the liver, and that can lead to jaundice. What you do to prevent pancreatic cancer is the same thing you do to prevent all other cancers. Live a good life. Eat lots of fruits and vegetables, bright colored foods. Eat less processed foods. If you can stop using meats and processed foods, is best for you.
Pancreatic cancer begins in the tissues of the pancreas, an organ that plays an essential role in digestion and blood sugar regulation. Most pancreatic cancers start with the ducts of the pancreas or exocrine tumors, while a smaller portion arise in hormone-producing cells or endocrine tumors. Christelina John, GBN News.
Vice Mass Corporation CEO Cecil Noel has announced that this year's Monday night Mass will feature significant changes in the management of participating bands. Speaking on the NDC Heartbeat program, Noel gave assurances of greater focus on time management to ensure a smooth event. One notable change is the starting point for the Monday night Mass parade, which will now begin by Lexus Inn Belmont Main Road rather than near the Grandans post office.
What is going to be different is the whole question of how it's managed on the street in terms of it being more like produced. So people are going to know what's going to happen. People are going to know where their bands are going to be stationed to start. And the whole question of the movement with the help and the assistance from the police, as I said, and the marshal, those are going to be the two main elements, in addition to the work and the discussions we already had with the leaders, that we really expect to see when the night mass really flowing better. So we expect to see bands on the Esplanade, on the Carnegies Boulevard, as early as I would say by 8:30, 9 o'clock, as opposed to the 11 other times that we have seen in the past.
Great.
The Monday pageant will also have a strong focus on traditional Mass, showcasing the island's rich cultural heritage.
With respect to Juve is expected to start, as I say, around 4:30, and it will end by 9:30. By 9, we'll be given indication for the DJs and so to start shutting down the music. By 9:30 is expected to be completed, so people can move, get to their home, get refreshed, and come back. And then we have the pageant on Monday. And for the pageant on Monday, the emphasis here is really going to be on traditional mass. And I want to really stress the importance to the general public that we want you to come out and support the traditional mass. We have heard the cry of the traditional mass bands themselves. We have heard the cry of the audience, you, the general public, the spectators. So we are working with the traditional mass bands to ensure that they come on street. And the time we have set is 1 o'clock, so that they could come on the street, but we really need an audience for them.
The Spice Mass 2025 celebrations will kicked off on May 2nd and will conclude on August the 12th with a grand parade of costume, fancy, and traditional bands through the streets of St. George's and other parishes. This year's theme, The Best Mass by Far, promises to deliver an unforgettable experience. The town of Guave buzzed with energy on Sunday as crowds gathered to honor its rich seafaring heritage with a day of lively tradition and entertainment. More in this Rena Pierre Thomas report.
The colorful celebrations traditionally associated with Fisherman's Birthday in Guave St. John was on full display on Sunday with a range of vibrant festivities to honor the town's rich elegance. The event themed Celebrating Our Tradition and Progress, Let's Go Guave, brought together residents, visitors, and members of the fishing community for a joyous celebration of their fishing heritage. As the celebration drew to a close, organizers and attendees alike reflected on the success of the event, which featured traditional boat racing, sailing, live music, cultural performances, and a showcase of local food and drinks. The Guave Improvement Committee, led by Chairperson Janelle John, was praised for their organization of the event, which aimed to preserve and showcase Guave's rich fishing heritage while embracing the community's progress.
Fisherman's Birthday 2025 was a resounding success. It was filled with vibrant celebrations, community spirit, and a deep appreciation for our hardworking fisher folk. The long month activities brought together people from all walks of life to honor the vital role fishermen play in sustaining our economy, culture, and food security. The support from the community was tremendous. All our activities were well attended. Everyone came together to uplift those in need, support local businesses, and volunteer their time.
Prizes were presented to all winners of the various activities and competition held during the month-long celebration.
Those who did the sailing, they received cash and kind, compliment Spice Island Marine, Budget Marine, Spice Island Fish House, and the likes. The engine boat race, this year we decided to name it the Michael McIntyre engine boat race. We did that to honor the late Mr. Michael McIntyre, and these prizes were sponsored by McIntyre Brothers. I thank each and every one for showing up, giving back, and helping to make this celebration a success. When we support our fishermen, we support the very heart of our coastal way of life.
Fisherman's Birthday is celebrated in honor of St. Peter, the patron saint of fishermen. It's a beloved tradition in Grenada's fishing communities, and Guave's celebration is one of the largest and most anticipated on the island. Rena P. Thomas, GBN News.
The Grenada government is set to table the Drug Abuse Prevention and Control Amendment Bill in Parliament by July 2025. The bill aims to decriminalize cannabis use for medicinal, therapeutic, and religious purposes and establish a fixed penalty regime for offenders. Minister Lennox Andrews praised the Cannabis Committee's efforts in meeting the deadline. The committee has ensured the bill aligns with international guidelines and respects the Grenada Constitution. The proposed amendment also includes amnesty and expungement of previous cannabis-related charges. The committee's goal is to create a policy that prioritizes social justice, public health and safety, and benefits all citizens. The reviewed draft will undergo further review before being presented to Cabinet. Seafarers advised to exercise caution amid regional concerns. More news to come. Stay with us.
This isn't just rum. It's a captivating journey infused with the essence of Bios Bombay, warmth and wonder. Experience the rich depth of Campeche like never before. Must be 18 years and older. Drink responsibly.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
What if you had a choice? A choice of joining a line or a choice of making your purchases online? What would you choose? While you ponder on that, the National Lotteries Authority has provided another purchasing option. All their games are now available online. Yes, Grenadians! From wherever you are, purchase your favorite daily and jackpot-type games using any electronic device. Register on the NLA's website at www.nla.gd. Top up your account and enjoy online lottery gaming at your convenience. We're taking shopping comfort up, several notches. But the choice is yours. Join a line or buy online. NLA, make your dreams come true.
Freedom is driven to pursue that passion that keeps you up at night and makes you smile in your sleep. Freedom is bold to embrace the possibilities that can open up your world and conquer new heights. Freedom is fabulous with bits and pieces that enhance the quality of your life. Freedom is what you do with the flexibility to change path or direction when you need to. Freedom breeds ambition and purpose while having loads of fun along the way. But most of all, freedom is well-deserved for the road traveled and the journey still to come. Unleash your freedom with Nexa Credit Union. Call us on 440-1354 or visit our website to pre-apply. Apply now. Freedom awaits. Terms and conditions apply. Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Ministry issues safety advisory for Grenadian seafarers amid regional maritime contentions. Christina John reports.
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Trade and Export Development has issued an urgent advisory urging Grenadian seafarers to exercise heightened caution when operating in or near regional waters. The notice comes amid rising concerns over maritime navigation and recent developments affecting vessel operations in the area. The ministry emphasized the importance of strict adherence to safety protocols, urging vessel owners, shipping operators, and crew members to conduct full seaworthiness checks, ensure all systems are operational, and avoid entering foreign territorial waters without proper clearance. Operators are also advised to brief all crew members on emergency procedures, remain informed on regional maritime boundaries, and report any mechanical issues or distress situation to the appropriate authority without delay. Highlighting the current sensitivities in the region, the ministry warned against any actions that could lead to misunderstandings or international complications and called for collective vigilance to prevent avoidable incidents. The government reaffirmed its commitment to supporting seafarers and working with regional partners to uphold maritime safety and protect the interests of Grenadian nationals at sea. Christina John, GBN News.
The U.S. government, through its embassy in Grenada, is providing a donation of $63,000 in equipment and supplies to the National Disaster Management Agency, NADMA. The donation aims to strengthen NADMA's warehouse capacity and enhance the country's national emergency readiness, particularly in the aftermath of Hurricane Beryl, which caused significant damage in Carriacou, Petit Martinique, and St. Patrick on July 1st, 2024. The donation will be officially handed over during a ceremony at NADMA's headquarters in Montjaloux on July the 1st. The ceremony coincides with the official transfer of operations from USAID to the U.S. State Department. Following Hurricane Beryl, the U.S. government pledged to contribute $1 million to support Grenada's recovery efforts. However, it's unclear whether the funding was received before the proposed shutdown of USAID. Stay with us. We'll have sports and international news right after the break.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grandans, Victoria Street, Granville, and Central Deputy Street, Wharf. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
It happens to all of us. Low on cash and in need of money right away. Play Instacash Monday to Sunday and there are no draws.
So what you saying? No numbers to choose from?
Nope.
And no draw sessions to wait on?
Nope.
And we can play it anytime and any day?
Yep. Including Sundays. Instacash. Ask for it by name and choose from a wide variety of games as low as $2 and win instantly. It is fast, it is easy to play, and you win cash right away. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Good evening, sports fans. Grenada is fine-tuning plans for its participation in this year's Age Group Championship. The NCAC Age Group Championship is a prestigious international competition that brings together young athletes ages 11 to 14 from across North America, Central America, and the Caribbean. The goal of the event is to promote athletic development, cultural exchange, and competitive spirit at an early age. Damien Castle is the assistant coordinator of sports.
We are currently preparing for the Age Group Championships. It will be held in Nicaragua from the 4th to the 7th of July. The team is currently in preparation. They have been in preparation since the trials completed and the team was selected. So the team is preparing to leave on Wednesday for Nicaragua. The competition is basically combined events. The categories are under 13 and under 15. So we have 2 under 13 girls, 2 under 13 boys, and likewise the under 15 is the same thing. So they would be competing in 7 events and 8 events respectively.
Officials here are another day closer to realizing the hosting of the second test in Australia's tour of the Caribbean. The teams arrived earlier today. Australia won the first test by 159 runs. Wicketkeeper Shea Hope and Captain Rawson Chase made promising returns in their first tests in several years with scores of 48 and 44 respectively in the first innings before West Indies rolled over in the second to hand Australia a 159-run victory. The host star of the first test was undoubtedly Shamar Joseph, who took 9 wickets to take his tally to 22 against Australia at an incredible strike rate of a wicket once every 23.5 balls on average. The Windies undoubtedly will be looking for more out of their new-look top 4 of veteran opener Craig Brathwaite, John Campbell, Casey Carty, and Brandon King in the second test. There have been 4 test matches played in St. George's, the first in 2002 between West Indies and New Zealand. That ended in a draw, while the hosts beat England by 10 wickets in the most recent test in 2022 in Joe Root's last game as captain. All 3 victories in tests at St. George's have been by the side batting second, with pace bowlers proving slightly more effective than spinners. Plans are already underway for our participation in the CARICOM 10,000 in Jamaica. The 10,000-kilometer run and 5-kilometer run and walk will precede the 49th regular meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of CARICOM, being convened under the chairmanship of Prime Minister Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness. This is from July the 6th to the 8th. The races are set to kick off at 6:30 a.m. from the Montego Bay Convention Center, with warm-up scheduled for 6 a.m. First to third place finishers will be awarded for each race once the results are made available. The winner of the 10,000-kilometer race will receive US $1,000, while the second and third place finishers will receive US $500 and US $250 respectively. Athletes participating in the 10,000-kilometer race will also compete for the CARICOM Chairman's Trophy, male, and the CARICOM Secretary General's Trophy, female. And we have another story to tell you about. The Ministry of Sports is inviting all coaches and physical education teachers to attend a special meeting tomorrow. The meet, according to ministry officials, is aimed at fast-tracking plans for the new sporting season.
The ministry is inviting all physical education teachers and coaches to a special meeting at the VIP Lounge, National Stadium. That meeting will involve a review of the 2024 sporting season and to plan for the 2025 season. So we are asking all coaches and physical education teachers to make a special effort to attend, because your contributions will be valuable, and the recommendations that we have for the upcoming season also, it would affect you in some way or the other. So it is important that your presence be felt so that you can make your contributions towards the upcoming sporting season. Right, so first we will start off with the cross-country events, which would be a series of races in the different parishes. And this year there would be a special component that would be added to it, which would be for the primary schools. So the primary schools would be participating in a special category. After that we have the football, we have the netball, we have the basketball, and swimming, which would be part of that calendar for the year.
That's what's been happening in sports. for a look at what's been happening around the region and the wider globe today. Caribbean ministers recently met in the Bahamas to discuss disaster and hurricane resilience. We get the details in this report.
In recent years, we have faced the unimaginable, from the devastation of Hurricane Dorian to the prolonged aftermath that followed. But from those ashes, we resolved to build a smarter, stronger, and more sustainable system for disaster risk management.
Outgoing Chair, the Honorable Carlton James of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, also highlighting the urgency of regional financial support.
And in 2021, when we thought we were recovering from the global health pandemic, the COVID-19, we had to deal with the 21 explosive eruptions of our Lassoufre volcano. And we had to deal with Sedema. 20% of our country's population were displaced. And as we moved into recovery from the explosive eruption of the Lassoufre volcano, then came a Category 4 hurricane, Beryl.
Acting Prime Minister, the Honorable Chester Cooper, also expressed the importance of policy change in strengthening resilience.
The government of the Bahamas has made disaster risk governance a national priority. Grounded in legislation, the Disaster Risk Management Act 2022, institutional reforms and financial planning.
Cooper also adding the importance of sectoral support.
Despite contributing the least to global emissions, our countries are not just vulnerable to hurricanes or sea level rise. We are vulnerable to the domino effect these events unleash on food security, on tourism, on housing, on healthcare, on education, and our economies.
Officials are now coordinating a disaster readiness plan to mitigate the impact of major catastrophes, as well as strengthening its universal framework toward global support for vulnerable areas like the Bahamas. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
The UN's nuclear watchdog chief, Rafael Grossi, says Iran can restart uranium enrichment in months. This contradicts U.S. President Donald Trump's claim that strikes on Iranian sites were totally obliterated. The IAEA found severe but not total damage. Iran wants the U.S. to rule out further strikes to resume talks, as the true extent of damage was unclear until recent assessments revealed the program was only set back by months.
A city in the eyes of the world, Tehran, where the fragile truce holds. On the streets, reminders of the 12-day war, of the decades-long tension with the U.S. and Israel.
Oh, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. But one of Iran's top diplomats wants to make clear, when bombs fell this month, they were negotiating with America. He insists that can't happen again.
We are hearing from Washington telling us that they want to talk. By the way, no date has been set.
President Trump talked about this week.
I'm telling you that we have not agreed to any date. We have not agreed to the modality. Right now, we are seeking an answer to this question. Are we going to see a repetition of an act of aggression while we are engaging in dialogue?
Satellite imagery shows Iran's nuclear sites were badly damaged, but Iran still says it won't stop enriching uranium.
Why should we agree to such a proposal?
Because Iranians on this visit have told us that Iran has paid too high a price for enriching uranium, causing suspicions even among your European partners about why you were enriching to 60%. It wasn't necessary.
First of all, 60% is something which is being used for peaceful purposes.
But it did create this situation of suspicion.
The level of that can be discussed. The capacity can be discussed. But to say that you should not have enrichment, you should have zero enrichment, and if you do not agree, we will bomb you, that is the law of the jungle.
But they would say Iran has to do more to reassure the world that its nuclear program, its ballistic missile program, isn't threatening.
We were discussing with Americans. We were in the middle of talks. All of a sudden, we face a clear act of aggression. And those who are criticizing us, they should criticize the way that we have been treated. They should criticize the Americans. They should criticize the Israelis. And if they do not have the guts to criticize America, they should keep silent, not try to justify the aggression.
Iranians worry the dark of war will return. Their days lived with no guarantee life will get better or worse. Their lives held hostage to age-old enmities.
That's what's been happening around the globe today. And now for a recap of the night's top headlines. Fatal stabbing in Palm Rose claims life of 27-year-old. Grenada takes stand against domestic violence with new legislation. And decriminalization bill heads for July deadline. In regional news, Caribbean ministers unite in Bahamas to boost regional disaster and hurricane resilience amidst storm season. While internationally, UN nuclear watchdog warns that Iran could resume enriching uranium within months. And in sports, Grenada to participate in NACAC Age Group Championship, while ministry to host special meeting for coaches and PE teachers tomorrow. If you missed any part of this newscast, there'll be a rebroadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us on www.gbn.gd for more news and stories. I'm Stasia Blake, and that's the news. Thank you for joining us. We hope to see you again tomorrow night.